of smoke as she tore through the pines. We like our whiskey with coke and our wine off a vine. Just some country ass folks trying to have a good time, where the corn still grows and the stars still shine. It ain't no city lights, girl, that won't do it, you see. You need some red dirt, hard work company. Down here we drink beer and get loud, yeah. Welcome to the hell-raising heart of the down south, yeah. I told her follow the smoke as she tore through the pines. We like our whiskey with coke and our wine off a vine. Just some country ass folks trying to have a good time, where the corn still grows and the stars still shine. It ain't no city lights, girl, that won't do it.
Millersville Police Department. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. A key player in a child predator sting out of Millersville says the lead detective on that operation lied under oath. Our chief investigator reporter Phil Williams has uncovered the latest development. Phil, what'd you find out?
Well, what we discovered is not just this one woman's word. All of these questions stem from secret recordings that we obtained from that child predator sting back in May. Recordings that we discovered that do not match the detective's sworn testimony in this case.
All right, on the record matter of State of Tennessee versus Henry Dean Jordan.
Here in Robertson County, a police detective raises his right hand and takes the oath.
Swear affirm testimony I'm about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir. That witness, Millersville Detective Todd Doris, took the stand testifying about his role in a sex predator sting. Authorities say this man, Henry Dean Jordan, hit up an online profile created for the sting, then bicycled up I-65 from Nashville thinking he was going to have sex with a 12-year-old girl. State law makes it illegal to solicit sex from a minor or a law enforcement officer posing online as a minor.
When you say you created it, who was doing the typing or the in the app? Who was putting in information into the app?
I was.
On the stand, Detective Doris testified that members of a nonprofit group, Veterans for Child Rescue, helped advise them during the sting, but he swore under oath that he and this man, Detective Mike Candler, did all the work.
You and the other detective actually did all the typing and all the data entry?
Yes, sir.
How did you decide?
We played the detective's testimony for Kim Kelly.
At any point in time, did the nonprofit group send any message?
No, sir.
Your face speaks volumes. What's your reaction?
It does not represent the truth of what really happened during that operation.
How do you know?
I was there.
You were the one actually chatting with the suspect.
Yes.
I encountered this man on an app called Moco Space.
Kim Kelly worked with that nonprofit group, posting this video after the sting was done. Kim had also secretly recorded parts of that operation after some associates warned that some of what she was being asked to do might not be legal. And Millersville's conspiracy-minded Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor initially confirmed her concerns.
So we just talked to our DA. And so with the Tennessee state law, it says that the officer has to do the actual typing. That with our law, it says that it has to be a law enforcement officer posing as a minor.
But when she got to Millersville...
Can we chat at the house or should we not wait until...
Can I chat without one of the officers present? Yes.
Okay.
Sean Taylor's plans had changed.
We were told that as long as we had one of the two detectives in the room with us as chatters, meaning people who aren't law enforcement texting pervs, as long as we had one of these two detectives with us in the room, that was allowed.
Did he explain why he had changed his tune?
They just said that that was the way that it was authorized.
Remember, state law says it has to be law enforcement posing as the minors, which is exactly what Detective Doris told the judge they did.
They just advise, hey, certain things to say and so forth.
Yes, sir.
And you either took their advice or didn't take their advice.
Yes, sir.
This was us, not law enforcement, individuals who care, setting up profiles on these apps, not dating apps, not dark web apps, but apps on the internet, setting up a profile as a child and just being inundated with predators, flooding our inboxes.
For me, like, I need to know what you'll need so I can work up to that, you know what I mean? as much as you can.
And Kim's video confirms her story that she and her fellow volunteers were doing the chatting.
Ooh, yes, you can get my number. Yes.
And while the detectives were there for advice, Kim says the chatters were pretty much on their own.
Were the officers watching over your shoulder, supervising what you were typing?
But no, they weren't standing over our shoulder or assisting us.
But remember, Detective Todd Doris told the court under oath that the detectives did everything, including picking the AI-generated profile pic for what was supposed to be a 12-year-old girl.
And was that picture suggested by the veteran group, nonprofit group?
No, I actually picked that one out myself.
It's a picture of me using a filter to make it look like a child.
In truth, Kim says the detective had nothing to do with any of that.
Did Detective Doris create the account?
No.
Did he pick the profile pic?
No.
Did he ever send any of the messages to the suspect?
No.
So everything you heard there was a lie?
Yes.
They saw the guy at the gas station, but they didn't have sirens to arrest him.
But that wasn't the only red flag. In at least one case, they had a potential predator who had driven to the area that they just lost.
You have eyes on them. How do you lose them? I was also told that they were unable to just make the arrest because they didn't have a siren on the car.
Didn't have a siren.
I was like, make a sound with your mouth. Like, what does that mean?
They said he was pedaling like a sumbitch.
Then there was this detective's admission about what happened when the one suspect was arrested and told police he did not want to talk.
I just walked out. And also, camera crew went in and just started asking him questions. He just gave everything up.
The camera crew went in?
Yeah.
Is that?
That's fine. We didn't prompt him. We didn't prompt him to ask any questions. We didn't have him do anything. It was unsolicited, and he just started what we call spontaneous utterance. Just laying it out there.
Henry, thank you for your candor.
A recording obtained by News Channel 5 Investigate shows the man interviewing the suspect identified himself as John. Among those on the team, MAGA podcaster John Stubbins.
And I said, huh? Like, is that normal? Is that allowed?
But that struck you as being improper.
It struck me as strange.
And it might jeopardize the case.
Possibly, among other things.
And this case involving this one man goes to the heart of Kim's concerns with what she saw with Millersville, as well as with Veterans for Child Rescue.
I believe from the interactions that I had with that predator on the internet, this man is harmful for children and he should not be preying upon children in the way that I encountered him on the app.
Sadly, she doubts any of the sick individuals she encountered online in this operation, as well as the other recent ones with Veterans for Child Rescue, will ever be brought to justice. While stings like this may make headlines and help the nonprofit raise money, she says the public is not served when the people with the guns and badges themselves do not follow the law.
If you have to deceive and add other layers of deception to the operation, not only is that not sustainable, that's not effective. You're supposed to be anti-corruption. You can't add more layers of corruption to try to fix a corrupt problem.
And that's Kim Kelly's point. The reason she's talking, she says this is important work that needs to be done correctly. This morning, I briefly spoke with Detective Doris, telling him that we wanted to give him a chance to respond, but he politely declined to give me his side of the story or any explanation. Meanwhile, Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor and Craig Sawyer, the man who founded Veterans for Child Rescue, have claimed that this sting got enough evidence to arrest an additional 70 predators. But Kim Kelly says that based on what she observed as one of the chatters, she doesn't think there's any way that number could be real. Of course, our investigation is continuing. Rory?
Police Department is now the focus of a TBI investigation. Hi, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston. This development follows an exclusive News Channel 5 investigation that raised questions about a child predator sting run by the department and what appears to be lies told under oath. News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams uncovered this latest scandal. And Phil, Finally, someone's paying attention.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. The DA, whose district includes Robertson County, tells me he requested the help from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation after seeing my investigations. Among the issues, he wants to determine whether Millersville police intentionally decided they would lie to a judge.
Basically, we were working with the Vets for Children Rescue and doing some operations with them.
2 months ago, Millersville conspiracy cop Sean Taylor teamed up with a controversial group, Veterans for Child Rescue, that claims to have experience running stings searching for child sex predators.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
A cheesy video put out by that group boasted of its success, 1 arrest and a potential 70 additional warrants. But after News Channel 5 investigates obtained secret recordings from that sting, it is now the focus of a probe by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. DA Robert Nash tells me, quote, "I do think what I saw in your reporting is troubling and very serious, and I am doing what I can to get more facts." News Channel 5 legal analyst Nick Leonardo.
That this is the most disturbing video that I've ever been asked to comment on since I've been doing the legal analyst job here at the station.
Oh, yes, you can get my number. Yes.
Those recordings show volunteers from Veterans for Child Rescue like Kim Kelly were the ones posing as the minor, even though state law says it has to be law enforcement. Police arrested one man who had bicycled up I-65 thinking he was going to have sex with a 12-year-old girl. But when the case went to court, this man, Detective Todd Doris, testified that he and a fellow detective were actually the ones doing the chatting.
It does not represent the truth of what really happened during that operation.
You were the one actually chatting with the suspect.
Yes.
Detective Doris declined to comment on whether he might have committed perjury during his testimony, a question that could have consequences for other investigations involving the Millersville Police Department. When former Mayor Tim Lassiter was arrested back in the spring, Doris was the one who signed the warrant. DA Nash tells me, quote, "I can't comment on an open investigation, but I am trying to get to the bottom of it."
Now, how long this investigation will take is anybody's guess. Meanwhile, DA Nash tells me that he will personally review the file of that one man charged in the sting to determine what should happen next. And Rory, of course, will be watching.
No doubt about it. Phil, thank you.